James Lance. And why is he always in such a good mood? Well, because he's a professional gambler.
Turns out.
And he's really good at it. Do you want to speak to the conversation we've just been having off air?
Yeah, why not? I was just saying that I don't gamble at all. I've never gambled, and then I suddenly realised that my entire life is a gamble because I'm an actor and I never know where my next paycheck is going to come from.
And with that sort of relentless, having to keep knocking on doors, the more doors you knock on, the more likely one is to open. Every no gets you closer to the next yes. Comes this fearlessness of being skinned. I was just talking to Ray Winston about it. My ex-wife is a very successful actress, but she you don't know where your next job's coming from, but she never worries about it.
Yeah, I'm the same.
You're all crazy.
We're all completely nuts, aren't we? Yeah.
Well, also, the value of things as opposed to the price or the cost of things. I suppose that's different.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm quite a simple bloke, really. As long as I've got some food, I'm warm.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, I'm reasonably happy.
And because you love so much what you do, and it gives you such a kick, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And it's not for free. It's the opposite. You actually, hopefully, now and again, get paid for doing something that gives you such a high.
Yeah, it does.
The last time we talked, we thought we were both about to get on a plane to go to New York.
Yes.
One of us didn't, one of us didn't.
That's right. You didn't make it, did you?
I didn't go. What were we going to and how was it?
We were going to New York City to do a Q&A for the SAG Awards, wasn't it, I believe?
It was a warm-up for the SAG Awards.
Yes, because the cast of Ted Lasso had been nominated for Best Ensemble.
Yeah.
And you were going to do the mediating.
Mediating.
Yes.
Which is an Americanism for hosting a Q&A, basically.
Yeah. But you didn't go, but I did.
Yeah, so what was it like?
It was missing one.
Oh,
it was missing one thing.
What might that have been, James?
Yeah, it was Chris Evans. Yeah, but it was really good. You were missed, but we had a good time.
So how did it manifest? Were you all sitting on stage?
Pretty much the whole cast all sitting on a stage in a theatre with a big audience, and doing a bit of a deep dive on the show. And
so it's an industry audience.
I think so. Mainly, I believe so.
Writers, other actors, producers.
Yeah.
And one of the fearful things, this is maybe why I didn't get on the plane, is how do you because it was only an hour, I think, something like that. How do you get to everybody in that hour when you could just talk to a couple of you and that would be compelling enough? What is that like? Because sometimes you would sit on stage and if you're not Jason or Brett,
yes,
or whomever, Hannah, or indeed yourself, you might not get a look in.
You might not get.
What is it like when you do those massive Q&As? Can there be too many people on stage?
I think there probably can be a few too many people on stage.
How much sort of mic time did you get?
Well, let me tell you this. I actually did your job for a Q&A for Ted Lasso, sort of as slightly as Trent Crimm. So I was interviewing them for one of these awards
which
things.
Is funny.
Which was absolutely terrifying.
As Trent?
Kind of as Trent. Well, actually, I was asked to do it as Trent. And then Jason said to me about half an hour before, are you sure you want to do this as Trent? When I prepared it as Trent.
Half an hour before.
Yeah.
Thanks
and I
for
was
that,
like,
Jason.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a weird mashup of Trent and me. But I had to sort of, get everybody talking. And what happened to me when I was talking to them all was I looked down at my notes and I knew it was an hour long. And I realised that I'd absolutely run out of all my questions and I still had half an hour to go.
Oh my gosh.
It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. But luckily, the flow got going and it all started to.
That's so funny. Well, I've got questions now. Vastas, over to you.
Yeah, no, I haven't got any.
And exactly how you feel. Right, Uncle Vanya. Control room, please. Bigging up of Uncle Vanya.
Uncle Vanya!
Right.
Uncle Vanya!
Okay, it's a
Vanya.
Chekhov play. Here we have our sort of Russian correspondent representative, Vastas, because he claims to have lived there for a bit and toured with a Russian acting troupe. Over to you, apparently.
Yeah, I actually did. So there's Uncle Vanya, Djadja Vanya, and there's Vishnyovy Sad, the Cherry Orchard, which are the two kind of big, grand Chekhov plays, and I studied them at university. Actually, I did when I was a student in Russia for a bit. I acted in the Cherry Orchard. I mean, terribly. I overacted dramatically. But they sort of carried me along with them. It was great. I was looking, because I knew you were coming in, Uncle Vanya at my local theatre, very excited. Can you tell?
Wonderful.
And I got out my old, and I'm so pleased I kept it. I got out my old copy of Djadja Vanya, Uncle Vanya, from those university days at Exeter, and I was reading my little notes on the script and stuff. And I'd forgotten what a good play Uncle Vanya is, and also how relevant it is now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, first of all, please can I see that copy? Because I would love to look
I will bring it to you at the Orange
love
Tree
that.
Theatre in Richmond when I come and see it with my wife.
Opening night tonight.
It's opening night this
Opening
evening.
night tonight, by the way.
Yeah. It's what can I say? I mean, you already know, but those of you who don't know, this play it is one of the great masterpieces. It's a comedy, it's a tragedy, it's a tragicomedy, it's an issues play, it's a love story. It's kind of got everything in it, and it was written over 100 years ago, and some of the thoughts in it are so current. It's as if it's been written today.
Like what, for example?
Well, in terms of Chekhov's want to preserve nature and what us human beings are doing to the world and how we need to look after the trees, that is literally like it could be written today.
All
It's
right, breaking news today
extraordinary.
about the 1.5 degrees, Rachel.
So we have hit 1.77 degrees above pre-industrial average temperatures for February across the world. And once we go above the 1.5, that's when we expect to see long-term climate change.
Is that the point of no return?
Yeah, so we're temporarily above we've gone up to 1.77. It should come back down again.
All
but
right,
we're,
so back to the theatre.
peeking over the parapets.
Yeah.
Well,
So
he's
Chekhov
talking
knew
about
a thing or two then.
Yeah, he talks about the climate in that play when people weren't talking about it at that time. It's amazing.
All right. What did you like about the play, Vassos?
Oh, I mean that speech at the end, Sonia. She says, "You're crying, Uncle Vanya. You're crying," and the audience at the Orange Tree Theatre right on top of you. So you're going to have to cry. How are you at crying?
Yeah, well, I'm all right at it actually. It's
I'm
quite.
all right at crying.
I'm all right at crying, like just the one eye.
Do you have a better? Because you have a better side, don't you, as an actor? Do you have a better eye to cry with?
Yeah, the third eye is like this. We were in tears last night. We were in tears last night. It was with lovely Madeline Gray, who plays Sonia, and she's just so fantastic. And as you know, she does this beautiful speech at the end, pretty much to Uncle Vanya, who I'm playing, and we were in bits.
So if you engage in listening to that speech, because they do say, and it's like financial planning for children, and why don't they do more of it? What's the other thing? Breathing at night for kids, mouth breathing,
Kindness.
nose breathing, as opposed, kindness. They don't teach you, as when you're in your school play, they don't teach you. It's not about remembering your lines, which you have to do, but it's about listening to the other person as opposed to waiting to say your next thing. And as Uncle Vanya, I'm thinking, how does he cry every night? But if you're engaged and committed to Uncle Vanya and you're listening to his niece, is it his niece?
Yes, that's right.
And she is genuinely moving him, then you would cry.
Yeah, you're just in pieces. Yeah, absolutely.
Seems quite easy then.
Yeah, I think it might be actually.
I'm joking.
I think you could be right. Yeah, it's like kind of jumping into a magic spell every night. It really is
You seem
extraordinary.
very chill considering tonight's opening night.
Wait, what? Is it tonight?
Yeah.
What? No. What else can you do?
Well, you could worry. You could worry and not sleep.
Oh yeah,
That's what lots
there's
of
that.
people do.
There's that too. Yeah, yeah. Well, no.
It's Matthew McConaughey, isn't it? Matthew McConaughey talking to Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
And he says, my friend Woody says about, I say I'm worried about this and I'm worried about that. And my friend Woody looks at me and I say to him, what do you do when you're worried about something? And he says, I forget about it. It's good advice, isn't it?
It's really good advice. I remember a dear old mate of mine called Peter Cutler at school once said to me, I used to worry a lot, and he said, Jim, worry not, and you'll not worry.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
You seem quite worryless as a person. You seem to have a lightness about you. Is that right or not?
I think I'll go with that. Yeah, I think so. I do trust that it's all happening as it's meant to, even if it feels a bit, bumpy now and again.
No, that is so cool. I mean, Krishnamurti said, didn't he? He said, his secret to being happy. I don't think he framed it as being happy. It was more profound than that. But he said his secret to being however he was, he said, I don't mind what happens.
I don't mind what happens next.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't
Yeah.
it? Your secret is that,
And it's not that he doesn't care, which is different. He says, there's no point in minding. It's waste energy to mind what happens.
That's right. I was thinking about my approach. When I heard that I was going to play Uncle Vanya with Trevor Nunn, so Trevor Nunn directing.
Is he directing?
Yeah, he's
I didn't know that, so I
directing.
haven't read
Yeah,
that bit.
absolutely.
He's pretty cool.
He's a pretty amazing man, and it's sort of one of those huge moments you think, crikey, how's that gonna pan out? But there's this poem that I think perfectly sort of articulates how I felt about it, and it's by Christopher Logue, and it's called Come to the Edge, and it goes like this: come to the edge, we might fall. Come to the edge, it's too high. Come to the edge, and they came, and he pushed, and they flew.
I felt like I was flying then, right at the end in my tummy.
It's all right, that, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I love that. Trevor Nunn used to come in our pub all the time.
Did he?
Yeah, because he used to live around the corner. I think he still lives there. He's got a house on a hill. Do you know him personally?
Well, only from this rehearsal process.
Will you see him again?
On this.
Tonight?
I'll see him tonight.
Ask him, does he still live in the house on the hill?
I will.
With a 70-mile view.
Okay, yeah, that's very specific.
Yeah, it is very specific. I don't know why, but it's a 70-mile view. You can see, on a good day, you can see the coast. Even it's not particularly, I mean, it's landlocked.
Is it a castle?
What?
Is it a
it's not.
castle?
It's a fairly modest cottage, but because he used to be married to actress
Imogen Stubbs.
yeah, because they were together and they were around the corner from where we lived. Well, all right, he's a legend.
He's a legend.
What's it like to be directed by him? What does he bring to things that other people haven't so far?
Well, he's directed all 37 of the Shakespeare plays.
Well, there you go.
For one thing.
All right, that's just showing off, but okay.
You know what I mean? Shakespeare's his religion.
Yeah.
He talks a lot about antithesis, which he says that Shakespeare does about 50% of every line on the page is all about antithesis, And so I think, speaking personally, I'm learning loads from him in terms of text and how he breaks down the text. It's quite extraordinary.
Did you say to any of your pals in the business, I'm Trevor Nunning soon, and they were, is there anything I need to know?
I did, actually. I spoke to Hannah Waddingham because he directed her in A Little Night Music.
Right.
And she just said to me, he's magic, Jim. He's magic.
Oh, God, that's all you need to know, isn't it?
That's all you need to know, isn't it?
So he's not the magician, he's the magic.
Yeah.
He's probably the magician and the magic. Wow.
So, that was pretty...
And is he Willy Wonka-ish? Is he more under the radar? Is he more sort of Jedi?
I love the idea of him, Willy. I love the idea of someone being Willy Wonka.
Well, you're either Willy Wonka or you're like, come on, guys, let's go, spit, spat. Or you're Jedi, you're, I help you act, I will.
I've got a whole mishmash of Yoda and Willy Wonka. He might be a bit of a mix of all of those. He might be Willy Yoda.
He reminds me of Phil Redmond.
Oh, I've never met Phil Redmond. As in Grange Hill?
Yeah, because they look similar.
Oh, right.
I used to get mixed up between the sort of Northwestern playwrights. There's Willie Russell, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And who was the other really famous Scouse?
Alan Bleasdale?
Alan Bleasdale. I used to get mixed up with all of them all the time. Then there was Colin Welland.
Right, yeah.
He's great, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
So what will you do today then between being kind enough to come on this idiotic show of ours to plug orangetreetheatre.co.uk's amazing production of Uncle Vanya opening night tonight, sold out. Forget, you can't get tickets tonight. How long's it run? By
6
the way?
weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are releasing some tickets every day though. Just
catch
so
it while you
it's
can.
possible.
Catch it when you can. Catch it while you can.
Yeah.
Load of work for 6 weeks. That always suggests to me that it may be going somewhere else for a bit longer.
Who knows?
What do you think?
I have no idea. I
Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams.
It might be nice, yeah.
Where? About West End or Broadway? Or?
Yeah, either of those could be quite fun.
Okay. And when a play's been done so many times before,
yeah.
What is that? Tell me about that.
That's you mean as in how do you?
Well, it's been done so many times before, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Uncle Vanya's been done. Even you did it. Once.
Yeah, Vassos has done it.
You did it.
You might do it again.
I did the Cherry Orchard, but yeah, Chekhov. It's it's not an unpopular play, Uncle Vanya.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I slightly. How can I put it? When I the idea of playing Uncle Vanya. First of all, I thought, oh my God, who's played Uncle Vanya
First
before?
time you cross your arms the whole interview.
Hold on.
That is so interesting.
Yeah, it's true.
Right, I'm going to unask the question.
No.
Forget
No,
it.
no,
You
it's
don't
fine.
need this on your opening night
It's
morning.
It's all right. But I know a lot of amazing people have played this role, and I just thought, well,
They nailed it. Has anybody messed it up? Do you know?
Not yet. But there's always tonight.
And did your playing of an uncle in the Famous Five help you get Uncle Vanya? Did the uncles have anything in common?
Yeah, they're like, oh, he can play an uncle. He'll do. Yeah.
A funkle. Is there a third uncle that you could play?
There might be. There might be something. There you go. It's coming, isn't it? It's only a matter of time.
Are there uncle roles?
I need
the
to
man
know.
from Uncle?
Yes.
I need to know about this look because it's very strong.
Oh, thanks.
Talk us through it, top to toe.
You should have been in last time he came in.
Wow.
What did I miss?
He killed last time.
Thank you very much. This is a jumpsuit, a velvet.
Velour velvet.
Yeah, velour. Yeah, one piece.
This is very sort of I'm in a play tonight kind of
This
vibe.
is theatre. This is theatre.
This is you in bed on the move.
That's right. I sort of think of like with boxers before they go in the ring, they've got their
Dressing
robe.
gown.
This is my version of
Hoping
that.
not to get knocked out.
Yeah, ideally not. Yeah.
Floored on the canvas.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I just had a look at the website.
Yeah.
We crashed it.
Good.
Oh really?
Yeah, you because you've smashed it, which means that we'll crash it.
Wow. What does that mean? Hold on. Website. What crash?
We've crashed the website. So many people are now going on the website.
No.
Like, yeah, of course.
You guys.
That's what happens when you come on the show.
Oh, bless
That's
your
what happens when you
hearts.
come on the show. Come on the show.
Come on the
That's
show.
amazing.
Uncle Vanya is on the show and we've crashed the website.
Wow. Thank you for crashing the website.
How long's play last?
It's a couple of hours.
Is there an interval?
There is an interval. Yeah, so it's a decent size.
What do you do during the interval?
I have a cup of tea.
Tea.
Yeah, I have a cup of
Do
tea.
you have a cup of tea and a cup of tea and a sauce of reflection?
A sauce? Yeah, I have a cup of tea and I also have a jelly tot.
One.
Or two. No, I have a few. I have a few.
We talked about jelly tots the
Yeah.
other day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, why were we
They
talking
were
about
they were the
jelly
nation's
babies.
favourite sweet.
Oh, they voted the nation's
Well,
favourite
jelly
sweet.
babies are the nation's favourite sweet. Okay.
Sorry,
well,
jelly babies, not
Jelly
jelly tot.
Okay.
You have a jelly tot.
I have a few. I
I was going to say.
Yeah, I have a
Do
few.
you ever make the jelly tot planet?
No, what's that?
You squeeze them all together and put them all in.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know it's
That's
called
fun.
The Planet.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. My friend John Gordon Sinclair. Do you know him from
Yeah, of
Gregory's
course, of
Girl?
course.
Yeah, amazing man.
amazing.
He sent me a whole box of jelly tots this week because when we did Jeeves and Worcester, we used to have one each.
That's
How
what
nice.
friends are for.
I know.
Keep tarting, keep jellying. Oh, wow. James, anything else? Come on.
In what way?
Anything. I don't care. We've got a minute left. What else? Come on.
What else can I tell? What can I tell you? What can we
You're
talk
nothing.
about?
Just say nothing or something, or I need to go shopping,
The salt path, maybe?
The Salt Path.
Oh,
Yes.
the Salt Path. When's that happening?
The Salt Path, the movie adaptation from the book, is coming out sometime soon, I think.
So that means you can come
sometime
back on the
spring. I'd love to. I'd
So have you filmed it all?
to. Say again?
Have you filmed it all?
Yeah, we filmed it all.
And
It's all done.
on the proper pathways?
Yeah, down on the coast.
Give us the book in a
Yeah.
minute. Give us a synopsis of the book because it's my favourite book of the year.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I loved it. I
Okay.
bought it for loads of my friends for Christmas.
Oh, wow. Well, those of you who don't know the story, it's about a couple who he does a business deal with his best mate, and that goes wrong, and it means that it bankrupts them all completely. So this couple lose
True story.
True story. They lose their family home. They lose everything. And the same week, he gets diagnosed with a sort of a terminal illness. And so they're now homeless. It's not good. It's not looking good. But she reads this book that talks about really wonderful walks, and one of which is called the Salt Path, which is down on the coast, down sort of Devon to Cornwall, isn't it, down there?
Yeah.
And they decide to just go for a walk and sleep under the stars. And the story is about their journey down there on the coast. And the interesting little twist to this tale is that she kept a journal the whole way along. And then their daughter said, "What's this, Mum?" She said, "Oh, that's my journal thing." She read it. She said, "You need to get this published." And then it gets published. It turned into a book, which is a bestseller, and now they can buy a home and everything's good. He's also still well.
What a story.
And the other thing that's quite interesting is that apparently they don't really want to live in a home In an actual
Why
house,
would
they like living out and walking around.
Yeah, because there was a follow-up book.
That's right.
And so they were in a house because they couldn't afford the house because of the Salt Path did so well.
Yeah.
But then kind of his illness came back.
That's right.
And it was like nature literally cured an incurable illness. So they
Exactly.
thought, what are we doing in a house?
So has it gone away again?
And then it went away again when
Yeah,
they
he's
went
doing
back
okay.
outside. Yeah.
Because
go
this. Sorry. Go on.
No,
No, please.
Well, they go for lots of lovely walks, and they're doing all right. They're doing well.
Because there's a thing, isn't there? And it's recognised now. It's called spontaneous remission.
Right.
And there's no medical explanation of it available. They've looked into it, but it does happen. Spontaneous remission. And so, when everything is lost, keep hope alive, because you never know.
Absolutely. Home is where the heart is as well, isn't it? You know.
Put yourself in the right position.
And it's that film starring Gillian Anderson as well, who's just absolutely extraordinary. Which
The film.
for the Salt Path.
Oh, right. Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay. James, thank you. And thank you for my gift.
You're very welcome.
You're
very welcome.
He sent me the greatest gift one of the greatest gifts I've ever received in my life. Top 5.
Oh, that's
without
awesome.
question.
Well,
Should we say what it...
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Shall we or not?
Yeah, I think so. Well, could do.
So, Ted Lasso, the believe sign in the changing room? Sent me the sign.
That's amazing.
He stole it from the set just for me.
Thank you.
It's the only one.
That's the only one. Absolutely, it's the one.
And on the subject of gifts.
By the way, it's much bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It's quite a piece.
Where have you put it?
That's the actual one.
Where have you put it?
It's actually still waiting to be hung. I've just had it framed. It just came back from the framers, and I don't know where to put it. And I'm like, but I'm not rushing it because I care about it so much. It's currently on the worktop. It's just laying on the worktop in the kitchen. And I look at it's there every day, every morning when I get up. It's the first thing I see. Well, one of the first things I see. I saw it this morning. Gave it a little touch.
Aww.
On the way down, on the way out. I'll touch it again when I get home tonight. I don't know where I'm going to put it, and I might actually just leave it where it is. I don't know, but I don't want it to be somewhere where. I'd like it to be above the door because the Liverpool players touch the
This is Anfield.
the liver birds. This is Anfield, don't they? Before they go onto the pitch.
Yeah.
Do you do that backstage, by the way?
I ought to, but I don't actually.
Right.
I don't have one backstage.
Who does
yet.
that? Somebody very famous does that. Australian actor.
Oh, Russell Crowe.
No.
Guy.
Greatest Showman.
Oh, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman. Whenever he's playing in the theatre.
Yeah.
Wherever the steps are going onto the stage, there usually is sort of brick entrance, isn't there? He taps the entrance, and it just reminds him to be the best he can because people have turned out for him. They've made engagements. They've
babysitters.
They've paid their babysitters. It could be their anniversary. They may have had some really bad news. This might be the best thing that they've got in their lives to look forward to. And he just and he goes on stage and he gives it all the beans.
I love that. Do you know I'm going to touch the entrance when I go in tonight just because of that. The other night there was a lady in the front row and she was saying bravo, bravo, which was very nice. And I happened to bump into her outside the theatre, and it turns out she was Russian, and as you know, Chekhov's Russian. And she said, this was my Chekhov, as in the show tonight. And she said, it was ointment for my soul.
Oh, nice.
That was so
Very Russian as well.
lovely.
Nice.
All right.
Ointment for my soul.
James, you are always welcome.
Thank you so much. It's so lovely
James
to
Lance,
be here.
everyone. Come on, let's hear it, shall we? James Lance, control round of applause. Uncle Vanya, UK. Doesn't get any better, and if it does, we don't want it.
Virgin Radio.